Hello guys, do you know what is the relation of eustachian tube with the respiratory system? Do you know how boogers are formed and what is its function? Hello guys, this is Dr. Azzaz welcoming you to my YouTube channel Junior Doctors, where concepts made crystal clear. In today's video, we are going to study about functional anatomy of respiratory system. So without wasting time, let's focus on diagram and let us see what are the functions and the anatomical structures present in respiratory system. So let's see the diagram and the functions of respiratory system. As we all know, the air which enters is oxygenated in nature. The first structure to which the air comes in contact is the external nerves. These are external nerves. Then air moves inside to an important cavity having three important structures. Before going to study these three important structures, I want to underline one important thing, that is the nasal hairs which are present in this cavity. They are known as vibrissae. The main function of these nasal hairs is to trap the microorganisms as well as the foreign bodies. These cavity consist of pseudostratified columnar ciliary epithelium. Repeating again, pseudostratified columnar ciliary epithelium. The main function of these cells is to form the mucus, and as we all know, this mucus is salty and sticky in nature because it consists of an important enzyme, that is lysozymes, which trap the microorganism as well as kill it. And when these mucus gets dried up, that forms the boogers. So boogers is nothing but a dried waste material of respiratory system. Let's see the important three structures in this cavity. The first one is superior concha, second one is the middle concha, and the third one is the inferior concha. These three structures forms three more important cavities, that is superior meatus, middle meatus, and the inferior meatus. Now you would be questioning that what is the function of these structures? The main function of this structure is to humidify the air, to moisten the air, to filter the air, and to take the temperature of external air to the temperature of internal body. These are the four major functions of these meatus and conchas. Let's see the further structures. Next comes the internal nerves. This line shows the internal nerves. Before going inside, let's see the structure inferior to these conchas. The first you see, this blue colored area is the hard palate. Behind it, this red color area is the soft palate. And below it, there will be teeth and the tongue. So from internal nerves, air moves to an important structure, that is pharynx. Now let us understand this pharynx in detail. Pharynx is divided into three portions. This red one is first one, blue one is second, and the black one is third. Their names are nasopharynx. As you can see, it is behind the nose, so it is known as nasopharynx. Second one is oropharynx. As you can see, it is behind the mouth, so it is known as oropharynx. Third structure is laryngopharynx. As you can see, in front there is larynx, so it is known as laryngopharynx. Nasopharynx is formed by pseudostratified columnar ciliary epithelium, and this is the only structure which comes with contact with air. Next is oropharynx. Oropharynx is formed by squamous stratified epithelium. This structure comes in contact with three things. First one is air, second one is food, and third one is fluid. Third portion is laryngopharynx. This laryngopharynx also comes in contact with three structures, that is air, food, and fluid. And this structure is also formed by squamous stratified epithelium. So these two structures are formed by similar epithelia, and the first one is formed by some different epithelia. This is the only structure which only comes with contact of air, whereas these two structures comes in contact with food, fluid, as well as air. Now, there are two important structures inside the oral cavity. The first one is palatoglossal arch. Let me show you with some different marker. So this is the palatoglossal. Now why it is known as palatoglossal? Because as you can see, the two structures forming the arch, that is our palates and the glossa, that is tongue. So it is known as palatoglossal arch. One more important arch is formed downward, that is glossopharyngeal arch. Now why it is known as glossopharyngeal? Glossa means tongue, through which we speak, through which we taste, and the pharynx. So this forms the next arch, that is glossopharyngeal arch. Now the air, the oxygen containing air, comes to an important structure, that is larynx and trachea. We all know the next important structure that is present here is epiglottis. Now why it is an important structure? As we all know, this is the only structure which does not allow the food bolus to go inside the trachea, but it follows the track of esophagus. It transfers the food to an important structure, that is esophagus. How it works? It consists of certain stretch receptors which guides the food towards the esophagus and not to the larynx and the trachea. And you have also experienced this thing, that when the food goes inside the larynx and trachea, it naturally comes out through a cough reflux. We are going to study these refluxes in our upcoming videos. From this larynx, the air moves towards the trachea and the whole tracheobronchial tree. We will study this whole tracheobronchial tree in our next video. Till then, study these structures, its function, and enjoy learning. Thank you for watching my video.